Hi, welcome to our Little H live chat. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, I wanted to give a shout out to those of you that made comments, asked questions, and made requests. So shout out to Red, Icy Jade, Lit Geek, Hanale Mom, Kathy Keshi, my next door roommate, Kelov Pearls, KSD, Pikanu, hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Sunseeker, Lisa, Baby Nurse, my true roomie, and Jacques. Well, Hisano, thank you so much for letting us come in and have this in-depth, intimate interview and look into your line of jewelry.
Thanks, Barbara. I'm really enjoying that you're here in sunny California. And I'm really excited to show you and everybody who's watching this about my collection.
Great. I just want to say that I wear my earrings from you with such pleasure. Every time I put them on, I feel like they're a special piece of artwork that I'm going around carrying and wearing.
It really makes me excited to see those earrings again. It's one of my favorite pearls, definitely, and the way that it came out with the dramatic ombre, it's definitely one of my favorite pieces.
Well, thank you. I just really enjoy it. I think what we'll do first is show the pieces that were requested, and then move on to the newest additions to your line.
Sure.
So, Red had asked to see, and while I hold it up, you can hold it and discuss how you made those.
Yes, and this one is a freshwater souffle pearl that was cut in half, and it is lined with chunks of rubies, and these rubies have different kinds of shapes, sizes, and different kind of it's a very different kind of way of sprinkling in, and it has more of like a full look to it.
Yeah, it is kind of, I don't know if robust is the right word, but it has a different feeling from the finer gems.
So this one is from my drop collection, and it is a golden South Sea drop pearl set on a 14 karat gold little setting here, and the necklace portion of it is a ombre yellow to orange sapphire beads, and I found this in one of the shows. I think it was in Hong Kong, and I just fell in love with the color. You know, it kind of has this bright, happy colors, and I thought it will look really good with the yellow gold setting and also with golden South Sea pearl.
It is a lovely kind of sunset look. Oh, I never realized. We'll definitely have to get shots of this. I did not realize that there are two tiny gold chains with what stones?
It's yellow diamond beads.
Oh, beautiful.
So this one is a 5-strand baby freshwater pearls. I love baby freshwater pearls, so this was sort of the beginning of the Little H collection, and I actually have a bracelet that I made first for myself, and it's just like this, but I used white gold chain with the white diamond beads, and for my collection I thought the yellow gold and the yellow diamond looked really well against the white pearls. So I have this tiny 2 chains that have randomly placed diamonds.
So when it's worn, it tangles around a bit.
Kind of multi-strand bracelet.
Lovely. Let's hand that to Angela. Sunseeker asks, from a design perspective, I'd like to know Hisano's thoughts on pairing pearl colors and metal choices with various skin tones and hair color. Also, ask Hisano which pieces are her favorites and which you are most proud of.
So with the skin tone, I get a lot of questions, especially from Pearl Paradise customers, like what color of pearls or what color of gold would look better on their skin tone. And of course, if you have a lot of pink tone on your skin, then rose gold might not be the best choice. But typically yellow gold and white gold will go with any skin tone. And the way that I select the pearls and the gold color is mostly I'm looking for cooler tones with white gold and warmer tones with yellow gold. But and then sometimes I'll mix it just for fun, because when you look at Tahitian strands, they're usually cooler tones, and you would tend to go with the white gold setting, but then it kind of warms up and brings up the warmer tone, like the peacocks and the pinks, the warmer colors when you add the yellow gold to it. So it's kind of, I mix and match them. And some customers love to wear only white gold or only yellow gold, and so I would like to accommodate their requests as well.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of favorite pearls, like the earrings that you're wearing is one of my favorite. And I also love this one, which is white souffle pearl, hollowed out and lined with white diamonds. So this one's definitely, I don't know, it's something about this kind of a drop shape, and it's, I think Angela can show you in a detailed photo, but you could really see the nacre, like the lines, how the pearl was formed. And I think every time I slice the pearl, I get to see what the interior looks like, and I learn so much about it. And it's always amazing, how much of the nacre thickness it is and how it formed.
Yeah, and the color variation. Does that show on your pictures, Angela? That's one of my favorite things when you slice it.
Can you see
You
that?
can see yes.
Mm-hmm. You could see the dark and the light contrast, and I think that's really interesting, and it kind of adds to that design quality.
The rings are fascinating. And the way it's thicker on some areas and thinner on the other, the way the pearl.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite pearls.
I was curious, my first question was, what age group do you envision when you're designing your jewelry? Are certain pieces made with certain age groups in mind?
I think it depends with the collection. For example, not a lot of people can or like to wear tiny pearls. So with the petite collection, it kind of started out as what I wanted to wear, and I love tiny pearls, and I like to wear multiple of the tiny pearls. So I kind of had myself in mind when I was making these. So somebody who likes daintier, smaller scale, everyday jewelry is what the petite collection is all about.
Which tends to be younger.
Tends to be younger. And then with my new collection with the geodes and the Finestrino, is something, it's more toward people who already went through all the regular jewelry. They have all the basic jewelry needs met and looking for something new. So that tends to be somebody more the sophisticated or more the mature age group, but I'm envisioning somebody who wants something completely different from out of the ordinary.
Now we're moving on to Icy Jade's requests. Why don't you hold one? You want to see it against dark hair, Icy? So we'll both do it. And when we were playing around before the talk, I asked Hisano if she ever wears one backwards and one frontwards, and she said, I think with this pair.
Absolutely, yeah, with this one. I actually wore this pair at the Cultured Pearl Association of America cocktail party just a couple of weeks ago, and I wore one with the pearl showing and one with the diamonds showing. And I had my hair up so that people can see it better, because of course I have very dark black hair, so it's kind of hard to see it. But during the day I had one of the regular ones on, and people still notice because you see the shimmer of that black diamond, and people will stop me and say, "What are you wearing?"
Ah.
Yeah. So and I like the hoop style, so you could change it up.
And you were asking Icy about the difference between these two. When I'm looking to the right, I have a mirror, so I'm checking, I'm shopping while I'm talking. And the conclusion was that the black didn't show as well, although if your hair is up, it does. And I actually like the black more, personally, on me. And this is the white South Sea with the diamonds.
The white diamonds, yeah. And that just pops. The white just shows up really well.
Oh, Angela, are you photographing front and back? Let's give you both pairs because people are interested in front and back. Okay, and then I see a couple of more.
So I brought two of the souffle pearls, hollowed out, lined with seed pearls, and one has more of a pink metallic back. The actual pearl is metallic, and the other one is more of a silver overtone.
Lovely.
And they both look really nice. And you could see in the front that there's more of a pink. For the pink metallic one, the nacre, the wall, it shows that pink, opposed to the white one with the silver overtone. It's more of a very slight pink, but definitely more white.
Yes.
Of the wall. So that's really interesting too.
And that's always true that the outside mirrors the layering?
Not always.
Not always.
It's kind of a surprise every time I slice them open.
Which is one of the fantastic things. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
How do you polish the edges? Because I really like that gleaming edge.
It's a lot of sandpaper, from a rough grit to a finer grit, and then we take it to the polisher and polish it up.
And is there something put on it? Is there a coating?
Nothing. There's no coating at all on the wall of the pearl.
Now we're moving on to Kay. Kay had asked for blue. Oh, do you want to mention what the different stones are that you have? The large variety?
Yeah. So the first one that we saw was, again, the ruby chunks in different shapes and sizes. And then I work a lot with the sapphires. And the sapphires come with all these different delicious colors, from a very faint yellow, light pink to pink, orange, blue. This is a light green. This is a light green sapphire, and what else? And then I use black diamonds and white diamonds. And my recent acquisition was peridot and amethyst, which I'm really excited about.
And we'll show you at the end. But I'm really liking this. The blue kind of
really
pops.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I'll give that to Angela. Wow. Beautiful.
And then this one is a Tahitian pearl, Baroque pearl. And so now we're kind of talking about not the hollow pearl, so I actually draw in what kind of interior shape I want, and I bore it out. So I actually take the bead out, because of course, they're bead nucleated, so once it's sliced, you could see the bead. And
is it easy to pop out?
Some yes, some no. It really depends on the pearl. So I bore it out, and so for this particular pearl, the bead was right where it's kind of rounded, and so I bored it out up to the above area a little bit to kind of mimic the shape of the pearl. And then I clean it and polish it, the interior. And I sprinkled in the white diamonds. And I wanted to use the white diamonds so that it has more of a contrast.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a papaya.
It does, doesn't it?
And there's
And
something
the back
silhouette-ish
side.
about it, like you're
Yeah.
continuing with that shaping and...
And the back is really pretty too. It has a little bit of a peacock overtone at the top.
Yeah.
And a silver body color.
So we're just lining these up for you, Angela, as you get to them.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Let's see.
This one
Okay.
here.
Did you say these were your favorites, or was it with the white?
It's the white against white is my favorite one so far.
So these are white South Sea, might as well. White South Sea with black diamonds.
Mm-hmm. And that one is also interesting where can you see that like ring right at the top of the pearl? And I've never knew that it would look like this when I sliced it open. It has this like interesting pattern almost.
Oh, yeah.
And I never noticed that until
Is that often, or just this
I
one?
see it often.
Oh, we
in
have to get a close-up of
South
that.
Sea Baroque.
Like a little snail on the
and
bottom.
it's a completely natural way of formation.
And then
this one is also white South Sea Baroque, but I was in Hong Kong and I found this very light, faint green sapphires, and these are all natural colors as well. And so I tried lining it up
oh, my hand's in the way.
with
It's still in the way.
so I lined it up with a green sapphire on this one. It's very subtle but very pretty.
Do we have any questions?
Oh, I think
I don't think
Angela's
so.
talking to Kathy.
Okay. Okay. So we showed all of K's?
Yes.
All right. So now let's get to Lit Geek.
So this piece I made before the geode and the Finestrino collection, and it's called the Silhouettes, and this is really the beginning of me working a lot more with pearls. And this is something when I started doing a lot of stringing the pearls, and I've been stringing a lot of Tahitian and South Sea Baroque pearls, and I love the organic shape of the pearls. These are all dropped Baroque shape South Sea pearls, golden South Sea, and I started to sketch the outline of it. And as I started sketching them out, I wanted to cut it out from a thick metal sheet, and I wanted to just kind of create my own pearl silhouettes and disperse them into real pearls. So the real pearls are, of course, round and voluminous, and it's very three-dimensional. And then the silhouette pearls that I make is very flat, and it looks like two-dimensional. And then as I started cutting them out, I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to kind of bring in different kind of stones to kind of mimic the overtone of the pearl? So this one in particular, because it's a golden South Sea pearl, I decided to get some yellow diamond beads, and I inserted tiny diamonds like right in the interior of the silhouette.
Mm-hmm. And what about that little gold ball? How do you do that? It's so
you
minuscule.
Use a torch. So this is a 30 gauge wire that is bowled up in one end, making it into sort of like a head pin, but with a ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you bowl it up, and then you insert. So there's tiny holes. Can you see the holes right here?
Yes.
So I put the head pin, insert the yellow diamond, and then go through the hole, and there's going to be like a 1/8 of an inch long wire that's sticking out. and I take the torch and ball it up. And it needs to be this concentrated high heat, and it balls up into these nice shapes.
Do you use tweezers? How do you do that?
Yes, I do use tweezers to go in there.
And can you model it? Because we had some requests for you to model some gold South Seas.
So, I love golden South Sea pearls. I think they're very beautiful, and it does look nice on an Asian skin as well as any skin tone.
It is really beautiful on you.
It's kind of like this. And these are so fun to make, and it was really fun for me to kind of create my own pieces.
Should we give her the earrings too?
Sure. And I particularly like the silhouettes that mimics the Tahitian pearls, because the Tahitian Baroque pearls have so much character. I think you could kind of tell with all the other Baroque pearls that I work with, and the geode lines too. And what's also fun with this one is that I can take the ruby bead as like a peacock overtone, and the green ones as the green body color. So this is my interpretation of a peacock overtone.
And this is silver?
Yeah, and those are oxidized silver. So these are just a single Baroque pearl. And earrings. Very small and easy casual wear.
And this is another single. Okay.
Yep.
And now we're moving on to
Handling one.
the Finestrino. You made one for her? That's one that she posted on Pearl Guide?
Yes, she actually had a gorgeous metallic souffle that had green overtone, like very metallic pink and greens in it. And she asked me to bore it out and blind the interior with stones. And she wasn't really sure what color she wanted, so she just kind of asked me. And when I cut through, the nacre wall was super rich and dark color. So I thought a dark pink.
Did it surprise you?
Yeah, it really did. I thought it would be just like a lavender, like a medium tone lavender wall, but it turned out to be really dark. So I lined it with a very dark sapphire pink, and it came out really intense and beautiful.
It's stunning. The pictures I've seen are just stunning. So I have a question. When you empty this thing out, this has a smaller window, but when it has a larger window, well, that's not a good example, but sometimes something like, here's one that has not, so I'll give this to you, Angela, that has not been filled yet. Do you fill all of it? Or do you create like kind of a smaller window platform to cover?
So, for example, this one in particular, when you look at the inside up here, it goes all the way to the top, and you won't be able to see that. So I would cover it up to like this point. So just a little bit, I would cover it up.
What do you put in there?
Resin.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you fill it in.
I fill it in with resin and let it overnight to cure it so that it gets hard. And then I would line it up again. So the adhesive that I'm using is resin. So I would line it up with resin, so you'll only see it from up to here. But I would try and line up so that it really shows the contour, the interior contour of the pearl.
Got it. I was wondering about that. And then there was a question about glitter versus glimmer versus glow. What do your stones look like?
When I look at your earrings, I think it sparkles, because as you walk around, it just kind of has this beautiful sparkle. So I've been calling it that it's sparkly.
Sparkly. So here is one lined with The
seed pearls. And these seed pearls are about 1 millimeter in diameter, and it has a really nice luster. It's quite round for such a tiny pearl.
And so you've got the seed pearl, and then what are these?
Those are diamonds, diamond beads. I think that's one of the first ones that I made. This one and also this one.
Oh, and I wanted to ask you what the stone was, the pink stone above the one that I was looking at before.
Pink.
The Finestrino one. The one before that one.
That should be sapphires.
This is beautiful, the little diamonds.
And yeah, that veil has tiny diamonds on it.
All the way around.
All the way around.
And, another beauty.
Yeah, so depending on the shape of the souffle pearl, I just kind of make the opening as kind of randomly as I can, so nothing looks exactly the same.
And Jacques asked, what tool do you use to cut the windows open?
I use a ball burr on a flex shaft, and I do the initial opening of that. It's more like grinding it open, and once it's open, then I can use fine sandpaper to really clean out the interior.
And is this an example of where you put resin in up to here?
Yes.
But you leave it very organic looking. It's not like
Yeah.
it's too closed up.
I don't want
It looks like it goes deep
I
in.
still want people to be able to kind of peer into it, like looking at a curio or just, something really small and intimate. So I want people to kind of get close and look into it.
Now, are these for someone? Are these Kay?
No, these are something that I wanted to also show because I got a lot of requests of, dangle style versus something stationary like these guys. And I think the dangle style has been more popular because as you move, you could see the back side as well as the front.
So it's a way of
kind
showing
fun to see
the back
both
and
ways.
the front. And is there a particular length that you think works best? Or?
Yeah, I think no more than this length. I think the chain is about 1.5. 1.25 to 1.5. When it gets longer, then it'll really start to get close to your shoulder, unless you have a really long neck. And then this one was just something really fun. I found two souffle pearls that were similar. It's one slightly longer than the other, but it has a similar shape, and the color matched. So I just thought I had to make a large earrings out of it. So this one's really fun.
They are beautiful.
Yep, looks good. Yeah, and the seed pearls, I have to say that's my third favorite one out of all the pieces that I made. It's just something about this tiny pearls just calls my name.
Do you know how many are in a mollusk typically?
How many?
Like would they
these tiny ones? I don't know, because they also have a grade. So when you go to the show, you'll see different grades and different sizes. So these are 1 to 1.2 millimeters, and they'll have another bag with like 1.3 to 1.5 millimeters. And you could see the grading as well, because these are the top grade where there's luster. There's great luster in them. But some of them, or the majority of these tiny pearls, will have a lower luster, and also they'll be off round. So I imagine that they get a lot, but to source out the top quality is it's hard to source. It's not going to be as many out there.
Yeah, they really are beautiful. Each pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Each pearl is beautiful. Okay, in what order should we go?
Oh, and then I think Kathy Keshi.
So Kathy, this is for you. Why don't we each?
So what we're doing with Kathy Keshi's pearls is we're making a set. And so we're making a pair of earrings and a matching pendant. So the earrings are going to be the geode style earrings, and then the pendant is going to be a Finestrino style, and we're going to be using a mix of colorful sapphires. So we wanted to mix yellow and orange and pink and blues mixed in there, and maybe some of the seed pearl kind of sprinkled as well. So it's going to be a very decadent pearl earrings and pendant set.
What I think is not showing is the incredible mirror luster on this, but we'll get photos.
And the size, Kathy, if you could kind of tell, it's a really nice earring size. It's about 25 millimeter long.
I think Hisano and I both think this is maybe the nicest for your purposes.
And then also we were talking about this plump, also super metallic, white souffle pearl with very rich in blue and silver overtone for the pendant. But I also have a pink set. So this is actually white pearl, white souffle pearl, but very, very strong pink metallic. It's pink and green. And I thought this would be beautiful with the mixed sapphire color as well. And it's about the same size. I think this one is slightly shorter, like 20.
That's going to be a tough and delicious choice to make.
Yeah, and the matching pearl, we have two to kind of
as a pendant, you mean?
As a pendant.
So she might do one or the other set?
Yes. She's leaning towards the white, and I think the white is beautiful, but I also love how rich the metallic color is. It's really yummy.
Oh, that's a tough choice. Do you feel
you
that?
Could feel
so
the
cool.
dry earth matter. So when it's like this, it's really easy to pop it off.
That's so cool. I've never felt that before. It feels like one big clump is shaking in it. Oh, I wonder what she's going to choose. You'll have to tell us on Pearl Guide every step of the way.
Yeah. So that's for Kathy Keshi. And then, oh, thank you, Angela. And then we can talk a little bit about the process and the hollow. So I started working and pouring out more and more pearls to get ready. So I do it in batches of processes, and so I would pick all the pearls that I want to use, and I would separate them and cut them for a pair of earrings and for pendants. And then I'll start lining and drawing what kind of opening I want, especially for the Finestrinos. So I have a bunch of pearls that are now cleaned and ready to be set with stones.
I'll give you a bunch of them. And there's one in here that you said was a Tahitian Keshi.
Yes.
So cute. And then my favorite pair, because you can see those rings, they're incredible. Yeah, the teardrops with the rings.
So the one that Barbara really likes, that one is a solid teardrop shaped freshwater drop pearl. So that's
it's
not
huge.
A souffle. So I cut them open and I just bored out this kind of a drop shape interior. So that's a solid pearl.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Is that an unusually large drop?
No.
No? These are really beautiful too.
Yeah.
The white ones. Nice canvas. And then this pair is similar. Right
Yeah,
to mine.
that one is the ombre one. but with a slightly different shape. And I definitely wanted to do an ombre on that one because the top portion of it has a yellow color on the pearl, and then it gets down to this pinkish color at the bottom right here. So I thought, oh, this would be a perfect one to do an ombre.
Oh.
And it has a really nice metallic pink surface at the back side as well.
And then Baby Nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Nurse, you were asking about.
This is my knots collection. So I call it the knots collection because there's different kinds of knots that I really love, and bows are one type of knotting, and also I have a pretzel knot that I make into bracelets and necklaces. And these are really fun, casual piece to wear. I love these studs. It's really simple and fun. And this is the oxidized silver version.
So it comes like that and it stays like that?
Mm-hmm. We oxidize the silver so it stays black like that.
And one of the stacking rings that you were wearing?
Mm-hmm. I actually
you have a different one?
Yeah, the yellow gold version with the golden South Sea Keshi. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a pretty keshi.
I think it was about 2 years ago in Hong Kong where we were walking through a different booth, and this was a Japanese vendor that just had this stacks of this bag full of keshis, and I just had to get like a small bag of it because it was just so small, of course, and it was super lustrous and it was beautiful.
And do you have more of these?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, they do stack nicely, even on a small finger.
Yes.
That's really cute.
It's really fun.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
And then your award winner.
Oh, yes. So this one was a really fun ring to make, and it won the Orient Award from Cultural Pearl Association of America, and it's my geode ring. And what I really like about this ring is that first, when you wear it, the band is invisible, so it looks like the pearl is floating on your hand. And secondly, I love that at the first glance, you could see how the pearl was. You know, like you see the back and you see the front, or you see the front or you see the back. And you see it all at once instead of, you know, wearing the earrings on one versus the other. You could see it all at once, and I love that. It just kind of shows even like the process of how it was made, that it was cut, bored, and have the stones sprinkled in.
And I like that you get something you don't get with the geodes, the full cut, like half cut surface.
So when you turn it on the back side, you could actually see the formation of the pearl as well. So it's kind of educational.
It's very cool. It's like you get three things in one.
Yeah. Okay. So.
And now your new stuff.
The recent ones, I wanted to first make a strand version of the Finestrino. So there's 3 pearls that have black diamonds sprinkled into it, and it's kind of subtle. If you wore it, you may or may not see it, so it's kind of like your own pleasure to be wearing something that kind of shows just slightly, and like right now.
Oh, look at the colors of those Tahitians. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it has a lot of bright greens, some peacock, and then you'll see this pocket of really intense black. And what's really fun about these cutting the Tahitians, the nacre, the interior nacre is always like super intense black. Even if the outside luster and the color could be lighter in green or very bright peacock, the interior is like jet black. and it goes so well with the black diamonds. Thank you.
Do you have more of this type, or this is your first one?
This is my first prototype. I'm still kind of looking into clasp options, so I might change it up a little bit, and I also want to make something long. And of course, since I have the white South Sea and the golden South Sea pearls that I'm starting, I want to at least have 3 different necklaces. And those are the longer version again, the black. And then since I had so much fun working with the geode rings, I thought, why not make a Finistrino ring? So these are smaller, but it's very simple, very wearable type of ring. So this one is set with a rose gold setting, and it's a freshwater metallic pearl, bored out and lined with very dark sapphires, the pink sapphires.
I like the rose gold.
Yeah, it's really fun. And then of course this one is the pearl on pearl with a yellow gold setting.
Which goes with?
Which go with
Yeah,
what
yourself.
I'm wearing. Yeah.
Hey, we should show what you're wearing.
So I'm wearing the rose gold chain with, let's see, the freshwater souffle lined with seed pearls on that rose gold.
Do you want help?
Here we go. On a very simple rose gold bail. It has no diamonds or anything, with a very thin rose gold chain.
And then the earrings are also rose, or those are yellow?
I think these are yellow gold. Yeah. It's one of the first seed pearl ones that I made for myself.
Okay.
And then this one I particularly love. It's a Tahitian Keshi pearl. So of course it's not hollow inside, so I do have to kind of dig in quite a bit to open it up.
And it's got black inside?
Yeah.
Have you tried the blue? Or do you think it wouldn't show?
I haven't tried it yet, but it might be very hard to see that it is, a blue stone. But I can try. And then this is going to be my new collection for the fall-winter 2015 look that we're working on. And it's with a golden South Sea drop, and the interior is yellow sapphire.
Maybe you should hold that up since it's another golden
sure.
South Sea.
So I'll take this one off. And I'm giving Angela the rings.
And did you get these two, the stacking?
So this one is my latest obsession. I love golden South Sea pearls. And in the beginning, I wanted to line it with yellow diamonds because, well, golden South Sea is like a queen of pearls, so why not use more of the precious stones? So I looked all over Tucson and looked for some yellow diamonds, and I could get them, but the price range was just so high compared to all the other stones that I was working with that, it might be best to just stick with the yellow sapphire. So I got this color that was very similar to the color of the pearl, and it just blended in really well. Of course, if anybody wants to get it with the yellow diamonds, of course I can do that, but right now I'm pretty satisfied with how well the color blends. And I think it's because once I polished the interior of the golden South Sea pearl, it's so rich in that gold color. You could compare it with the outer color.
Oh yeah.
And see how originally I didn't color it or anything. I
That's
didn't add
interesting.
any other colors onto the pearl. And it's just the way it is, and it's pretty amazing.
What's the difference in the look of the yellow diamond?
Yellow diamond will have, there's different kinds because there's the natural yellow diamond colors and the treated ones. And the treated ones will look similar to the bright color of a yellow sapphire. Yeah. So I'll be making more of the earrings and also rings and pendants out of the golden South Sea for the next season.
And even though they're small, because of the color, they really do pop.
It really does pop. These are 9 to 10 millimeter golden South Sea drops.
They're really cute.
Yeah, I love them. It's like a egg yolk. And then the next two stone colors, I've been looking all over. So when I'm looking for stones, I'm looking for a 1 millimeter size range, which is quite difficult to find because not a lot of stone cutters are able to cut such a small stone in a softer hardness.
Mm-hmm.
So you could find it easily with diamonds and sapphires, but not with tourmaline or other softer stones. So
Is ruby hard or soft?
ruby is harder than other stones, so I can find 1 millimeter stone size in rubies, but I choose the sapphires because then if I'm doing like an ombre, I can be consistent with the sapphire stones, and I could actually get a similar color as the ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I've been using the sapphire stones. But during this trip in Tucson, I was able to come across with peridot and amethyst that were 1 millimeter size. So I had to like grab them and experiment.
And it's a great color. It's like a light
Yes.
green lime, I call it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brightness to it.
Yeah, so this one's the peridot with the white souffle pearl with like a slight silver green overtone.
Silver green, that's what you call it.
Yeah. So I'll give this to Angela.
Let me go back to questions. Is there anything that is important that I haven't asked? How about why pearls and which pearls are your favorite?
You know, why not pearls? Because I work at a pearl company and I get to look at pearls every day. And I get to not only just see pearls, but I get to see the best of the best. Not just here at Pearl Paradise office, but when I travel to Hong Kong and all these other pearl farms, I get to see wonderful variety of pearls. And so it was kind of natural for me to start designing with pearl in mind. And especially when we started working on Pearl Collective line, where it's about not just about pearls, but about innovative pearl designs, pushing the boundaries of, pearl, like not just being a classic pearl studs or a classic pearl strand of necklace, figuring out what else we can do with pearl. So we did the pearl with spikes and all these other styles. And it was just natural for me to like go even further and challenge myself to see what else can we do with pearls. Because for majority of the people out there, pearls are viewed as something old, or it's a type of jewelry that you wear only for weddings or funeral or some kind of holiday, or it's for their grandmothers, and people don't really seek out what beautiful pearls are out there, and it could be for all ages.
And do you have a particular favorite type? Or
I do,
two?
and it's not here.
Oh.
My favorite type of pearl is conch pearl.
Oh.
And I would never cut them.
Was your wedding gift? Was that
Yes.
your
I love the rich pink natural pearl. There's something so magical about them, the way that they just form in a natural way, and I just love them.
This is the
amethyst.
The amethyst?
Yeah, that's also another 1 millimeter amethyst that looks great on Barbara because it just matches her
I'm wearing
outfit
purple.
so
That's so cool.
And the pearl is also unique too, that this is a souffle pearl, but it's actually a lavender pearl. So it really worked well. And you could kind of see that dark lavender on the nacre as well.
Anything else to show?
And this is also another fun project that we did, and it's an ombre, but it's a little bit different from the ombre that you have. It does start with the yellow diamond, but because the backside of this pearl, it kind of has this copper metallic color, so I really wanted to use some dark orange color. So it starts out with yellow, and then it becomes like a lighter orange, darker orange, and then ends with a dark pink sapphire on a rose gold setting. So that's one of my favorite color combinations.
And where it's thicker, there's a light part. Is that always true, or everyone is different?
Yeah, they're all different. Oh, that came out really nice, the amethyst.
Yeah, the pictures are great.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
Angela, we have to do a major shout out. Your pictures are fantastic.
Thank you.
I can hardly wait to watch it and really see them.
We can post them on the blog.
Yeah.
So these are the stuff that I've been working on.
Anything else you want to tell us?
No, I think I've covered pretty much everything. And if anybody have any questions, just email us. And this is the first time that we're going to be at the Design Center in Vegas. It's in the JCK show, and we'll have a booth in the end of May.
Oh, wonderful. Come say hi.
All right. Good job.
Jeremy. Oh, thank you.
There was one other question I think you guys missed because it was just posted on Pro Guide recently, and Jacques wanted to know how you cut the holes into these.
Oh,
I got it.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you covered, Jacques.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
You guys did fantastic. And, I can't wait to watch it myself.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you at the Ruckus.